quite strange, as it always is after months and months of preparation, to come back to an empty workshop with no wildcats and no box in the yard, no trucks and you know, scribblings on the board, but lots of ticks against them. Yeah, we got everything to France at last, and our slot was 11:30 on Friday the 22nd of November. So we had Monday to Thursday evening to prep. We caught the Thursday night ferry over from Portsmouth to Caen. Kim Palmer, the senior press officer from Land Rover, had invited Sean from Piston Heads and then a photographer and a videographer along for the ride so they can get an article.
So we got the Wildcats down to Portsmouth okay, rolled them on the boat, had a quick drink and then a nice kit. Rolled off the ferry this morning in Caen, carried on the way to Le Havre for scrutineering. The cars have been faultless so far, so we're just going to press on and see what else we can discover about the Wildcat.
So rather than just shipping straight into Le Havre, we went into Caen, so it goes a 100-kilometre road move the other side just to make a bit of a trip of it. Yeah, we went to the Welsh GB and we had a 4 Freelander car team there. We got 3 out of 4 over the finish line. Sadly, Harry Sherrard and Barney didn't make it. They went out on Saturday morning on the second stage with an electrical problem. But the other cars came in at 19th, 20th and 26th out of 26. And the lead car in our group was Chris Rasser and Steph, which was a fantastic result. To see her do so well in her first navigating role and co-driving role, and the first time she pretty read her tulips and a road book, really. So yeah, she did brilliant. It was great to see her across the line. Dougie Dale from LRE brought Joy home from Woolhouse. So yes, Joy came back as 2 left, 1 came back in, and basically, yeah, that's her back in the UK for good, and we're just prepping her now for the BMT, the British Military Tournament. Also taking the Freelander that we use, and that'll be on a static display in Earls Court 2.
The white car first into the arena, representing the charity Race2Recovery, is the 4-litre Bowler Wildcat rally car. This was specially developed for the world's hardest rally, the 6,000-kilometre Dakar Rally, and is driven by Captain Tony Harris and his co-driver Corporal Philip Barney Gillespie, both of whom are amputees and made world history by being the first ever predominantly disabled team to complete this incredible challenge. As the Duke of Cambridge said of the Race2Recovery Dakar Rally team, you have shown the world what true courage looks like.
Again, another bit of PR ramping up towards Dakar, and when we leave in 4 weeks' time. We've got Kev here with me this week, who's one of the guys who's come in on this year. He's not part of the Dakar 16 for this year, but he's come as a full member of the team. And next year, when the new events come up and we see what the calendar is, and then start preparing for Dakar 15, he's one of the members has put in the time and the effort now to guarantee his place on that.
I'm one of the mechanics. I wanted to go to Dakar, so I popped in to see Ben because I got Land Rovers, had Land Rovers for years, and he said, "Send me an email and we'll see." So he read the email, invited me along for a day in the workshop. I turned up. He gave me an axle and said, "Turn that into a rally axle." So I got the welder out and away I went. Then we went off to Wales, did some rallying, got to sit in the co-driver's seat. And that was really good fun. That kind of got me hooked, especially seeing the amputees coping with being tired and the arduous conditions. It was wet, cold, miserable, but we all cracked on. Yeah, I think it's a brilliant thing. Every time I feel a little bit low and a bit down, I just think about how the guys cope, and that just picks me back up again. And that must have the same effect the other way around for them. If they've done the Dakar, nothing can be as hard as that, I don't think.
It's probably the most relaxed update we've had in quite a few months. I mean, as far as R2R goes, everything has gone, so it's now a bit of a reprieve for everyone, and personal preparations, before they go out to Dakar. The R2R family has worked extremely hard to see this done, and I couldn't be more appreciative. It's hard to tell them how much I appreciate all the effort and work, because everyone's a volunteer and they all put a lot of time and effort into this. Yeah, just double check everything, put the ticks in the boxes, prepare for New Year's Eve when we fly out.
Are you excited?
Yes, because I'm excited. Yeah, up till dropping off in Le Havre, it was worry, and there still are a few worries and things like that, but at the moment it's on a boat bobbing across the Atlantic. There's bugger all I can do about it, so it does let your brain relax a bit. And yes, of course I'm excited. It's going to be wicked to get back out there again, wicked to get behind the wheel again, and yeah, I've got a good feeling for this year, I really do. I think we're going to have a really good result.